Mirrors. Today we're talking mirrors, specifically how to replace the factory Honda CB750K mirrors with some nice bar ends. Oh, and we start putting all the controls back together. Hey guys, what is going on? I need to put these down before I break something. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mike Barker. Thank you so much for tuning back in to another episode. Today, we're gonna start putting all the controls back together. I've got a 1974 Honda CB550 factory handlebar that I've repainted I'm gonna put on, as well as a set of bar end mirrors. Plus, we're just gonna start putting all of the controls back onto this bike. I think you're gonna like how it turns out. So this was a set of Honda CB550K handlebars that Ghetto Garage J had donated to my project. I went ahead and sprayed them with some flat black paint, and I'm kind of digging the look. After fighting with this for way too long, I've decided I'm cutting the old heat shrink tubing off of this wiring because it's a nightmare. I'm just gonna rewrap it with electrical tape, put it back in, be done with this mess. Oh, like, look at this. It just crumbled apart when I was trying to remove it and then reinstall it just now. The only crappy thing about this is having to be so careful. Basically, I'm gonna try and just score the plastic and then see if it'll peel off. Like that. Be careful, do not nick the wires. Okay, here's where we're at with the wiring harness. What I've gone ahead and done is peel back all of that old heat shrink to the bare wires here. I've gone ahead and inspected each of the individual wires. They look healthy from the outside. When I was pulling on them, I might have stretched some, but there's only one way I'm gonna find that out, and that is to actually test it. Miles and miles and miles of wiring in these old bikes. And I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this with electrical tape and put it back in this bar. If you're watching this for factory OE restoration, sorry. I mean, this loom is inside of a bar anyway. There's not much of it that's exposed to the elements. I don't really ride much in the rain. I'm a fair weather rider. Sorry about that. I think this is gonna do quite nicely. I can already tell how much tighter of a wind this is. This is gonna go in this bar super slick, I bet you. And I also went ahead and just put some electrical tape around the end of the wiring loom to keep all the connectors from bunching up inside the bar. Should guide it into the bar much easier. I was feeling kind of ambitious, so I went ahead and removed the old heat shrink from the other piece of the wiring loom that comes off. I believe it's the clutch lever safety switch, and just recoated it with electrical tape as well, because why not? Well, it's actually not going too bad. But where's all the hardware for the controls? Yes. That's why we put things in bags and label them. So when I originally took this throttle slide off here, I managed to get a hold of the throttle cable anchor point in here and actually kind of jimmy it off with a screwdriver. You shouldn't really do that. What you should really do is remove the whole tank, back off the adjuster on the throttle cable, on the pull cable, so that it can travel and slide and you just unhook this easily. To put it back on, I really had to take the tank off. There was gonna be no getting around cheating this time. Special shout out here to Nick Lowe of Lowe Moto in beautiful Bedford, Nova Scotia, Canada. He hooked me up with a lever for my clutch because I broke mine. He's built a number of cafe racer bikes, and I'm sure he has no plans of stopping anytime soon. And he's a wizard with electronics. I'll link to Nick's Instagram down below. I'm gonna come back and adjust this properly after I've got everything put back together. I'm gonna go ahead and install the new bar end mirrors. I'm not exactly sure how I want these to be positioned, so I'm just gonna put them in place here and reevaluate once I get out for a ride. So do I mount them in this direction? I get a feeling that I can see a little more behind me when I do it that way. Or this I think looks a little cleaner, not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not sure how I feel about the mirror setup. So it's turning into a really nice day outside, so I'm gonna pop the garage door open, work in this beautiful, beautiful sunshine. Oh yeah, Moto Cradle for the win. So I know I said I was, holy, wow, that is bright. Much gooder. I said I was gonna use these bare aluminum levers, but Ghetto Garage Jay, he bought a set of these blacked out ones. He went a different direction. So I think I'm gonna use these because it kind of fits with the blacked out motif. So a season ago, I installed a rebuild kit on my master cylinder. It was a kit from Honda. It didn't leak for quite a while, and then towards the end of last season, all of a sudden I started having a little bit of weepy, boogery stuff coming out on my lever, which ate the finish on the lever. It wasn't very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this off and see if I can't troubleshoot what exactly is going on here. Maybe there's just a seal that's in there a little sideways or something. Hopefully nothing's ruined, but I fully expect that there's a small tear in one of the little rubber seals. Worst case scenario though, Ghetto Garage Jay has a master cylinder similar to this, which I can probably buy from him. We'll see what happens. Just before I get to that though, I want to share with you a picture that a subscriber sent in to me, which is awesome. So this is Scott, aka Midwest Motor Rider 75 CB550F, that he's been working on over the years. He says it's his baby. Scott, I'm kind of digging the gold frame on it. Hey, you know what? If any of you guys also want to submit photos or a small video of a project that you're working on, fire it away to me. Up in the About section, you can find my email address. Fire it off to me, tell me who you are, where you're at, and what your project is. I'll be sure to share it. Well, as you can probably tell, this is a different master cylinder. I went to remove the old one, and I had installed a factory Honda master cylinder rebuild kit in it, and it had started leaking. I looked down inside the bore once I took all the guts out of the master cylinder, and the bore is actually pitted down inside where the seal is, so I don't think there's any saving that. Jay has this master cylinder that I'm gonna try out. It looks like it might have a little sign of some weeping around it, but I'm gonna give it a go, see what happens. This came off a CB550, but it's virtually identical to the 750. I might swap this cap, maybe. Gotta put some fluid in it now too, though. Oh, it's kind of nasty. So I've got it all put back together now on the bike, and guess what? Still pooched. Unfortunately, guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode, but at least we got the mirrors on, the handlebars, the controls for the most part. Just gotta do something about this. Tune in next time when hopefully I'll have a fixed master cylinder. Guys, if you want to continue to follow along with this project through all its ups and downs, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, hit the bell for the notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.